Hi folks, welcome back to the battle for the Seven Kingdoms, perhaps for the final time. It's the last round of Swiss, our final game against the winner is coming. And the deciding game as well against them. It's 1-1 at the moment. So I'm going to play against Dennis, and this is the deck we are facing. Saraaa is here with me. Hello, Saraaa.
Hello.
So it's Knights of the Hollow Hill, and we've been here before. So we have against Assault from the Shadow stack. It's there is a White Harbor Watchman, one copy, three copies of Last Heard Scouts, and for all of my charts, we have the bottom players again. So that's going to be fun. Plus the Frozen Solids, which we know my deck hates, and there is a Lay Waste as location control, and even a copy of No Surprises. So at first glance, it looks absolutely horrible. In the plot deck, there's actually the plot deck is not that bad, but there is Mad King's Command. So if you go wide with locations, that's another setback you have to suffer. And when I looked at this, I thought, okay, this matchup is unwinnable, so we can be 1-1 before I play. But then, having tested it a few games with myself and with Saraaa, actually Baratheon seems to do quite okay in this matchup. Can survive with empty boards most of the time, and all the key effects with ice, there's Ramses and Ward. It's not that damaging because the deck is kind of weak on the power icons, and of course it has 62 cards, which is pretty terrible, right?
I don't mind 62 cards.
Dennis plays 61 usually, so maybe this is where his bad luck is coming from. And our deck is this, so we don't need to go over it again. So what I'm hoping to do in this game, so just to make it clear once more, the game is already over, so we're going to commentate on the recording. I'm hoping to get the traitors because the power icons are weak, or there's not a huge number of them, and you can control the power challenge if you have traitors. I'm looking for Storm's End so that the ice and the claim race doesn't hurt as much on the military, and I can maintain a board. And I'm looking for Throne Chamber and Black Cells. So basically, the locations. Black Cells can help lock the power challenge or anyone that has ice, Throne and Chamber. We know what they can do. The characters, okay, whatever gets played, this can get killed. So I'm not really hoping for any particular characters here.
So
Although,
just every location.
yeah, I guess I would be bound to deal with Harrenhal and Imri, I guess, at some point would be okay. But yeah, it is what it is. The plots don't help me that much, although Clash of Kings, I guess. And the Harris doesn't do anything most of the time. But yeah, it is what it is. But I was feeling optimistic before the game. I won 5 of the 8 in testing. A few of those I played with an empty board and it was very convincing win somehow, miraculously. So I'm thinking maybe Dennis has not tested it as much, doesn't know exactly what the key cards he has to have are, and maybe we get some luck in this one. And with all of that said, we can have a look at the game. So we have it here. No, not here, but here, actually. So let's start it. So this is what we had in the opening hand, and actually it's not a disaster because there is Black Cells, a traitor, and an old bit bone, but no econ. And we know I only play 9 econ locations, and yeah, it sucks not to get econ. And this is much better. I actually have 2 traders already, and Throne along with Northern Encampment. Okay, the character is not great, so whatever you set up can get marched. And Delena, so there is 2 copies of Ward, which actually doesn't have that many targets in the deck. You can kind of play around it by not marching stuff, but if Delena is there, then she can just get warded, and so that's like a problem. So Dennis doesn't have a setup, obviously, so it's up to me, but I do have to wait for his decision. I'm already looking at what to set up. So you can go both characters, Throne and Rose Road, or you could go one character and Northern Encampment instead. And if I set up the Fickle Bannerman, obviously it comes without any gold on it, so it's going to get taken on any power challenge. But look at the 2 traitors, right? So assuming it doesn't get March, if it gets March, that's March gone, and I don't particularly mind that. Assuming I don't play completely without characters for the rest of the game, although human dead It's kind of possible to play.
Yeah, and you don't want to start with March because that's a bit weak. You only get what 7 gold.
Mm. Yeah, Fallen from Favor is the choice here because it has 10 with the Hollow Hill, so
Mm.
and nothing to sacrifice. You don't get the setup, which means you don't get a few extra cards at the beginning uh, that you play and redraw. But yeah, it's well worth it, I think. Ravages of War actually would be pretty great as well against my particular deck, but it's not in there.
And you don't know what that.
It discards a shadow card on top of everything else, but nothing in shadows, as you can see. I wouldn't put anything in anyway if I saw Ravages in the product. And now what? So usually I've played Late Summer Feast in this particular one because the Maiden kind of doesn't really win against the crucial plots that Stark has. Doesn't win initiative. So kind of gave up on it in some games. And Late Summer Feast, you can get all the stuff in the beginning, and you get rid of it as well. So has an annoying ability that I don't particularly like. And here I'm a bit reluctant because I don't have that much stuff that costs gold. So I'm relying on top decking something. Okay, could go Delena into Bastard of Nightsong if there's absolutely nothing else. And Spawn, so Dennis has a choice to make. The thing is, here you have two choices, right? If you have a ward or something like that, you could go second. If you have Harrenhal or even Ramsey, I guess at this point, not a disaster, you could go first. And yeah, his decision will tell me something already, I think. Yeah, I was hoping that he goes first, but yeah, that means I cannot put traitors on anything. I'll put one in shadows. That's it for the traitor, unfortunately. And I top deck Storm's End, which is wonderful actually on Late Summer Feast. Now we have something to spend the gold on. And just considering this, I'm not triggering it automatically because if Frozen Solid is then played on the throne, it will probably stay net and that ruins the rest of my game because I don't have any other econ plot at this point. So Traitor costs me 1, and the question is, do I play out all the characters or not? Because it can go downhill pretty quickly, and Angu is unique, so he is wardable. And then I don't have much of a hand and no draw really. So the calculation is if I use the reducer, I can play out the 3 characters on the right hand side there and keep 1 gold for Traitor. Then, okay, Dennis won't know exactly what's left in my hand, but it kind of invites Morgulis as well. I have to use the reducer if I want both of them. And I do opt for that in the end. Gives me a chance to protect Fickle Venom as well. Should really be able to do that with the Traitor as well. Sir Jason Mallister is the annoying character as well
Yeah, I
that I forgot
think
to mention.
Sir Jason Lannister with no surprises with unlock the cards, discard something.
Hmm.
Yes, thing here, this is the best combo from the beginning, right? We get Shiber, which is the one from the pot that this deck chose, and then Umber Loyalist. However, in this matchup, I had problems with this Umber Loyalist because then I had to play my own reset at some point against a weak board, and it discards so many cards.
Yeah, but look at the gold. He's kept 9 of it still.
Mhm. It's basically free. It's just
He can get a Ramsey and a Ward from this, for instance.
mhm.
However, he's still playing with the opening hand plus the 2 cards he drew just now.
Yeah, and also I think you don't really want Ramsey here because okay, you get rid of the reducer, but it's
Yeah, and Storm's End is going to stop military claims, so you can't really push it. Arya honestly doesn't do that much in this matchup. Okay, in
But
some
it
testing
is.
games I did have a Duke Teldon and yeah, got screwed by
Yeah,
that.
but it's still an intrigue icon is still alright, right?
Yeah, especially since I cannot really defend against her now. And well, I could use Storm's End on the Intrigue challenge at the moment, but let's see what else comes in. Yeah, there's three copies of Ice, so it always seems to be in play. And Dennis puts it on the power icon. Maybe he's thinking, okay, if I change that challenge into power, then I get screwed with the Fickle Bannerman.
Yeah. Although that's also true for Shiva. Because I think it would be nice to have Alysain from the pod because she has, I think, no attachments except weapon, right?
Yes.
You can put traitor on her.
Yes.
Although she wouldn't work, there's some stuff that's not a Stark character, and you also have wards and leaks, so her ability would not trigger all the time. I mean, not be active all the time, which is fair enough.
There's absolutely no reason for Alicent to have no attachments except weapon. Why can I not milk her? That's so stupid.
Well,
And
why?
Alicent and Cletus are the worst offenders.
No, what about Meister Aemon?
Nice. Okay, nice.
Why can't
Nice
I
switch.
milk him?
Night Switch is fine, okay, that's their team. But Cletus and Alicent and there's another one, Braun, uh, the new one, right?
Yeah.
Just can't make them, even though they're normal people. Red Ronet has that as well, but okay, he sucks still. But he might not always suck. Thing is, I was trying a deck. Sorry to talk about other stuff than my decision making here, but I have to say this. I was trying some deck in the past with the Dragonstone and Banish to put stuff in shadows, and then I thought I'd have Red Ronet in every challenge and put the Zora High on him, but no attachments. So even that's a kind of a hindrance. Okay, so I didn't do the intrigue challenge. I was thinking he's kept one gold. Maybe it's for winter is coming, and if I do intrigue, I give myself a chance of discarding it. But yeah, light summer fist. And here I actually briefly consider what will ice actually do if I leave the military instead of the intrigue. But no. So I don't want to lose the traitor. That's the one that wins games. Delena second best, and the Roosevelt could go. Yeah, Delena. She comes with an extra character if the search is allowed, so that's unfortunate. Okay, at least the traitor survived. And now, whatever he does, basically, will not matter.
Yeah, which I think here it would be better for Ice to be on Shiver. It would be one challenge, then he could win power. Still, right?
Yeah, if I put traitor on Amber Loyalist, then Fickle Bannerman would have to defend Shiber. If they attack together,
Well, actually, both Peter Bannerman and Angry would have to defend Shiver, and
yeah,
then you would have to do.
I could still defend, but yeah, kind of makes sense to put it on Shiber instead. Sorry about the noise if you can hear that. People upstairs, but not very well behaved.
Crazy noises.
Okay, so traitor is coming in, there's no doubt about that. So that's a proper power challenge now. Doesn't need to be defended, and there's still storms, and there's no nightmares for it. No seized for the big one. Just lay waste is a thing. So that's another thing that could have been in hand. And actually, I'll give him an extra card, right? Because I need to defend this challenge that is done next. Or does he not do it? Because Fickle Bannerman has renown on defense. But yeah, is it not worth the extra card? Apparently not.
Yeah, I think should probably go for it just because in this deck, how realistic is that Fickerman is gonna last very long?
So Storms and Ghost, that gives me a chance to put anything I like into play, and there's a few things I'm seriously considering. So Red Keep and Black Cells, and possibly Traitor. Then I have all three traitors, which is a bit crazy. So Red Keep is the biggest one that I would struggle to play the most. But if I had Black Cells, it locks the Ice character, and then I don't need to be afraid. Now I kind of cannot deal with it because Stormsend is gone. And here I'm thinking, maybe that was the wrong call. Although if I can defend the red keep, which I should be able to do, it draws me cards. And ice triggers once and that's it, right? There's no Melisandre or anything right now in play that I will need to worry about. And I've kind of been testing already accepted that Melisandre is just going to die and Eldon is just going to die. Melisandre dies quicker than Eldon though, because Eldon can manipulate Black Sense and Stormsend a bit.
I don't know what's going on upstairs.
So I'm thinking, okay, let's do brand the builder and search for another Storm's End. I'd like to be second player though to do that, but no. That's actually Warners is the best plot in the entire plot deck here for Dennis, I think, because it gets around traitors. In the power challenge, you can put other characters in with different icons, and that stops some other stuff. Didn't want to kneel the acolyte because I need all the characters if I'm going to do any kind of brand the builder triggers here. And I have an Eldon there, which is okay, but he's not surviving ice. I can't really marshal him, that's unfortunate. I actually have the gold to play out absolutely everything here.
Yeah, but milk is a bit useless. And then whatever you drew with Brand Builder, we just get discarded, right?
Yes, exactly. This is my thinking here. So I don't want to lose the traitor, and I cannot stop Arya doing an intrigue challenge against me with what I have in play right now. So I have to put it in play on a whatever character. And then I'm left with a Rose Road, Milk, and an Eldon. So, and still have the Janet trigger. Like, Milk in Shadows is great. You can put it on a last card scouts or something if it comes in by surprise. But then no characters, so I could also just save Eldon from Intrigue Claim. And I'm also thinking, do I trigger an alternate encampment? If I'm not going to actually spend the gold, then there's a chance Frozen Solid comes in. Seeing all kinds of problems that probably don't exist. So I made up my mind to save Eldon from Interclaim, and I have to play out the traitor because it's absolutely crucial. And then the other decision is just. So I have to kind of trigger the encampment because there's still half a chance that Eldon could come out from shadows if the opportunity kind of presents itself. I'm not expecting to do that, but you never know. And I need the extra gold if I marshal a traitor here. And the real choice is whether to play out the other two hands, the other two cards from hand, and just forget about Brand the Builder, have everything in play, no interclaim. Or do I pass? See if I can get a trigger, get a card, suffer the interclaim, and maybe something
Should have
survives.
just triggered the enchantment first.
I'm going to. So if I can't defend Pickled Bannerman, I can attack with him as well. I should be able to get some kind of trigger on the power challenge at least. Problem here is the wardens, right? So Uh, it annoyingly gets around my efforts to defend Pickle Bannerman. I don't know exactly what will come in, but Dennis is coming with 8 more gold worth of stuff, so that's uh, that's the problem here. And yeah, just considering these two cards, I could keep them for to intercept claims, so basically intercept the entry claim. Now let's see what he does. If there's any kind of chance to defend Pickle Bannerman, I could try that, but maybe Ice kills him most of all. Depends if he hopes of stealing him. The thing is, if you steal Pickle Bannerman, Baratheon usually can get him back. Ah, okay. Now we have the ward, so it doesn't actually give Angui his ability. He's not active because Amber Loyalist is loyal.
Mm-hmm. I like to carry on loyalist.
In terms of Bear Island Scouts, if they're marshaled,
Yeah. Yeah, that mistake it is twice in testing.
and here actually Dennis should have given me a second to consider whether I wanted to put Elrond out of shadows because he would kneel now with Asgard Scouts. And I thought for a second here whether I should ask him to wait, but I'm not realistically going to play him out.
Yeah.
Better second, okay. Lots of gold wasted, but it is what it is. I could also just bring him out after Ice is gone and challenges are done, not to waste the gold, but then that invites more worries.
Although the Morgulis for him would be a bit bad now. So it gives price for Anguit and two cards for Loyalist.
And here I'm actually trying to select the record. I have some lag, as you can see, with the delay after I click done. Uh, yeah, I can't defend the intrigue, otherwise I might have considered it. Can't defend even with Arya alone, let alone Warden's plot. So, but he can stop it, right? It works on defense Wardens, and he chooses not to, because then he couldn't initiate it. The intrigue. He needs an initial character to start the challenge, and I find what I'm looking for: the black cells. And the second dice. Okay. I don't know how valuable that is really. I'd much rather see something like Harrenhal discarded.
Hmm. So you can do really a fake military challenge here because ice would also work on offense, right?
Yeah.
Although honestly, characters he's not necessarily worth using ice on.
No, so there's no power claim, and I have 6 and +2 from the red keep against. So if everyone that doesn't have traitor is in the challenge,
Yeah.
it's 8-8. So that gives me a second brand ability trigger. I'm just looking now what happens with Figure Bannerman. I cannot protect it from
Yeah. So
being stolen,
you,
so might as well. Maybe I can find a chamber as well. Or another storm's end.
although if he wanted to stop you from drawing for that keep, he can then do also intake challenge, right?
Yes, that's true.
But yeah, if you have Peter Bannerman, it's probably worth doing a power instant.
Yeah, basically now you see the 3 challenges back, so no reason for him to defend.
But he could oppose.
And here I have to use this to stop him getting renowned because he's getting stolen if he's not getting killed.
I think he could really oppose here just Yeah.
That's unfortunate. So red keep already in play. I'm just going to get more econ. Maybe it helps red. I'm thinking, okay, if I lose one red keep when Mad King's command is played, yeah, but that's some time away really. Checking what cards I would have gotten. They're not too bad, honestly. But the first one was a red keep, so that would have been useless, and then I got a Shadow Priestess.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is he could oppose, and even if one power icon gets locked, he can still initiate power with Amber Loyalist and add another one in. But then he can't use ice, but I don't think. I mean, I don't know if he really wants it here. He's gonna steal Bannerman and then two of the small ones are left. And do you really care about killing them? Probably not.
Yeah, if he doesn't know what to do with March, he could just kill one March one and leave ice in play. But now, actually, I'm happy to have that to Harris because surprisingly, uh, big board on the other side has emerged.
Yeah, and he has to probably keep loyalist for March, and also, I guess I'm going right because he has price.
Yeah, I mean, it's not super urgent, the price at the moment, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think either way, Engui, Arya, and the two with Praetor.
Yeah. He could have probably given me only one brand builder trigger here if he tried his best. I have four cards already looking
Only,
at
I
the
don't
intrigue
know,
claim.
could he only do, oh yeah, if he used, he could defend, if he used his blood, he could defend into that.
Yeah, he's thinking about ice here apparently. Killed them both, but I discarded the other ice. If I didn't, then probably he would have triggered it and played out another one. It's left me with a character that can get marched. And here I'm just hoping not Black Cells.
Mm-hmm.
Because Black Cells actually locks him again with the power icons. Like have two traitors and Black Cells, and he really do well to push any power challenge through. Have to play the Harris.
Yeah, and you didn't decide to bring her out in standing, right?
Yeah, I think he. I don't know. I'm trying to delay it until he plays that
Mm.
Goalies on himself. I still there, right? So
Yeah,
till I have
fair
Storms
enough.
and it's just gonna kill. I have the econ and nothing really to pay for, so waiting with Elven. Plays Coppers wants to do more damage. I wonder what the game would look like if you just get rid of your resets immediately. Because eventually you play the game and then plot 6 and 7, Mad King's Command, Murgulis never helps Stark in this matchup. If you just play it immediately, round 1, Mad King's Command, I'd consider
Yeah,
that.
but it's hard start because then you don't have a setup and have very few gold.
So he didn't march my Acolyte. I almost didn't select her because I thought the game is already asking me whether I wanted to trigger her in the draw phase.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a consideration, but with coppers, yeah, so many cards. I really need a character here. Half a chance she gives me to defend the red keep. But actually, am I first player? No, Dennis is first. Okay, so presumably she's getting killed. But then he kind of has to kill her. If I near her, then he can do other stuff. Well, Alistair, he gives me an extra card. It's not bad.
And he can kneel one character when he gets killed, right?
Yeah, if the timing works out. Mira just coming in like this, not through shadows.
Yeah, nothing worth ranking right now.
And now what do we do? We have the Alistair, and if we trigger the encampment, that should be enough for black cells as well. Another encampment there. He's not winning dominance if he doesn't have frozen solid. And now power icons apart from Angui, which means if I use black cells on him, he knows I have black cells now. I'm defending the red keep and I get more cards.
Yeah. Although you have to use probably black cells on Amber Loyalist if you want to just want to survive.
Yeah, that's the thing though. You have to defend against that as well. But yeah, I could log that, eat the military claim, and then yeah, that's how it is in this house. uh, okay, so first of all, let's see what Alistair draws here. It's something that's immediately playable or not. Well, it's a character, but can't play Black Cells if I play it.
Mm. Yeah, and you actually have to use your agenda on black cells, or otherwise marshal black cells and bring milk to shadow side.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about that, but look at the characters. What's getting milked here? I mean, there's Stealth on Mira, but yeah, it's useless.
Yeah.
So now the
And there's no winter plots, by the way, for Mira to go back, so
yeah.
yeah.
Uh, the question now is what do we do with Black Cells really? Do we lock the Ice character? Or do we lock the power icon? Accept that we're getting stuff killed or marched and get the red keep draw. I don't think there's anything in the deck that can really for 0 gold do stuff. So I am defending the red keep if I choose to do so.
Well, even if you lock ice character, you can still defend power game.
Can I?
Just one character beats anger, right?
Yes.
So as long as both of them don't get killed, it's fine. And there's no gold for winter is coming.
Trying to click on stuff, but there's some lag here. So this is the calculation. Are you bored of the game already? There's still an hour left.
No, it's
Mm.
alright.
So the calculation is stop the ice character, so only suffer one military claim, and whoever survives has to defend against. I'm going to defend the red keep. I suffer in the claim in the process, of course, but it is what it is. Okay. So he's surprisingly a lot of stuff here.
Yeah, although right now Asha can just stand back.
Yeah,
And yeah, maybe he expected that they would have something to defend. He was. Oh, maybe he thought all were going to defend.
yeah, I suppose so. So he doesn't come in. Osho stands, and now what's the situation? So I have Alistair is obviously slightly better, but he does get the nil if he dies.
Yeah, and if the acolyte dies, then he doesn't get the nil when he's marched, right?
Yeah, if I nil him here, if I use him here, I could nil Angui so that the power change isn't even initiated, and then I can do power back with my acolyte, and I'm even ahead on power and still
Yeah.
protecting the red keep. Yeah, Mira just coming in, could have blanked him. Hmm. Okay, into the shadows.
Yeah, but then Vela's gold, right?
By the way, that wolves then is annoying also. Can't really do anything even if the boards get super small, can't do your own military, and there are effects that sacrifice, like Ramsey.
Yeah, although the thing is, with Vulcan is alright, but sometimes you get stuck in shadows, and here you don't have the gold modifier locations, so if you don't have that much gold, you want to use the reductions, and then if you get something expensive in shadows, and you can use the reduction on it, like if you get, for example, Ramsey, and you can use King's Road on it or something like that, it's a bit annoying.
Mm. Briefly considering whether I could even do intrigue, but no. So the card on the bottom at the moment is Lasker Scouts. We know that because it's the only character that went away for the Harris.
Mm.
So I was trying to keep that in mind in case Wolves then would ever be used if the deck wasn't shuffled. Yeah, I am winning 6-5. And actually, it's not even a joke. I'm kind of doing alright with my
Yeah,
titles.
it looks really sad with the board state, but it's surprisingly alright, yeah.
Yeah, we've been through this board set in testing, and it does sometimes end in victory. I guess more often than not, really.
Yeah, I think the one that you really want to put frozen solid on is Iron Throne, so you can block the passive power and you block the economy one, right? I think that was the one that usually helped a lot.
Yeah, Iron Throne, Red Key, Black Cells all need really frozen solid
Yeah.
or a lay waste. Or like a lay waste one of the little ones, then you get the third traitor into play.
Yeah, there's a bit of conflict here because actually Black Size is not as horrible because you can have a really wide board here. You have a lot of characters that you can spam in with this Bear Island, Bear Shivel. Um, and you can have a wide board, but the problem is you play so many resets, you play Mad King's Command and Margulis and stuff, and everything dies. And yeah,
Mm.
I think yeah, there's a success. He doesn't like his class here, and fair enough. Like
Yeah, I'm looking at mine because there's nothing obvious, and this could be the chance to play that maiden. But okay, I do have the throne, and it looks like Fistful Gross might work if I don't get frozen solid. And okay, he takes that. Presumably, finally to march my character. It did cause problems. He did march her, and she won power back.
yeah.
So he plays some more characters. Probably not, to be honest, until the ice is there and Delena can get warded as well. Okay, ward is now in play and it's unique, so at least for that from that I'm safe this second.
Although I guess it would be better to board Elena over Angui. She's worse when she's on the board. There's not that much sand, and she works either side she's on, and she gives you two prize versus Angui who only gets two.
Hmm.
Or four gets one, yeah.
Dennis goes first. Makes some sense. So, for instance, if I want to protect the red keep and he does a power challenge, I need to bring stuff out
Mm-hmm.
and expose it to ice. Though I don't know if I played against myself, I'd put myself second, really, because put myself first, put the Baratheon player first. I mean, because it's so much more difficult to play and do your stuff first. You basically just have to pass and wait, which I'm going to do anyway. But I drew the third traitor.
Yeah, although the one on Shiver doesn't do anything unless you have Storm's End, right? But it does put a bit of pressure to keep Shiver in play even though she's not as.
Now what does he
Yeah,
do?
and also in this Hollow Hill deck, you might want to go first in case you have something like Harrenhal.
Hmm.
Try to
Which
clear the board and play Harrenhal. I think that's.
he could at the moment. Bolton player is not helping him. Rams is not helping him. He could go more better on scouts and that, but okay, now they don't even say. So Amber loyalist maybe. finding more solutions. What he needs is frozen solid.
Mhm.
Okay. This guy, I don't care for it that much because he can sacrifice on the intrigue challenge, which I'm now kind of sacrificing, and it's going to get rid of all of those unplayed cards from hand, or some of them anyway.
Yeah, and also gets the Baratheon or sorry, rules that trigger.
And now there's actually three more power icons. I have Black Cells and another Traitor. Missing one. That's unfortunate. Do I do nothing? Or do I play stuff?
Well, if you put traitor on your own angry, and then what gets discarded, um, traitor would get discarded as well, but I don't think there's any way to get rid of ice in this deck. Well, actually, you could lay waste ice.
Ice or Ward?
Word, I'm sorry.
You
So,
could,
yeah, you
yeah.
could lay waste word, that's the only one.
And find the frozen solid from that.
Yeah.
Could even lay waste one of those wood dance. Frozen solid is, wins games sometimes.
Although I think if I had lay waste, I would probably go for traitors.
So I have one chance actually to protect the red keep, which is to bring the traitor out of shadows during a challenge if he only attacks with one character. If he doesn't realistically think there's going to be another traitor. Or I could, of course, I could play out characters to defend, but yeah, then, then I lock the ice guy again, right?
Yeah.
That's the other option. I have to play this all out in my head because it ruins the game if the round goes badly, really. And there's one gold, so whatever I put into shadows could be stuck there if he only has no surprises. Well, here we go. To play the big one, I have a working Iron Throne, and the icon is kind of there. Even play it out and put Traitor into shadows, then lock the ice guy. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Doesn't sound like normal clicking noises. Mm,
I don't know if it's heard in the recording anyway, but it's weird.
I'm looking at this guy, and I'm also looking at the other two options: play out Fickle Venom and reloading Infiltrator. Then that means I have more characters to do stuff, threaten, even doing power back possibly. I need to. I have 6 gold, so I need to actually. Have I used the Dragonstone Port? Yeah, on the Lena. I need to play out Fickle Venom again without bestow. Should be able to defend power, right? So this is going to shadows. That's the obvious choice. And then I think the two little ones. I even have seen in flames if I don't somehow magically don't need to bring threat out, but that's something like I need to
Well,
do that in
there's
the.
Bran as well, so.
Yeah, he would sacrifice, but he's a power icon.
Huh, I don't know,
But
but.
I need to trigger the black cells in the first action window anyway uh, to stop the ice guy.
Yes.
The ice guy, yeah. And if he has no surprises, I can't do that. So that means he can kill everything. But yeah, but he can kill two anyway. Leave the non-power icon for me. But he passed, so I have the action window, and I need to do that. I'm just optimistically checking if I can defend military. No. Actually, the Dreadful Meister can sack itself on the military, right? As well.
Yeah, on the military trick, but
So I locked the Ice guy, but he still has 7. Oh, he has Mira stat, so never mind. So that's super easy for him to do, and he can kill 2 characters. March is gone. I can keep either Delena or the Fickle Bannerman.
yeah.
And here I have a problem because if I put Traitor on the Dreadful Meister, which is the biggest character, he sacks himself on the Intrigue challenge, for instance, to increase
Yeah.
claim, and then Traitor is in hand, and that's the most important card.
He could still play Winter is Coming as well, so that would be your hand one.
Yeah.
Since I think he gave up on caring about your characters on the board, right?
So yes, it's just better to put it on a character that is not getting discarded, and then I lock either the Meister, then he sacks himself for sure, or I lock Bran, or I lock the Ice guy, which obviously needs to happen, right? Found out that we've had this 36 cards left, so I'm not actually justified in drawing all of them.
Yeah.
I really want to put it on this guy. I really do, but he sacks himself. Has to be angry. Bran will sack himself as well, potentially. Although I don't have gold for Cine Flames,
You can put it on angry.
and I blocked the Ice guy, so I was thinking more clearly during the actual game than I am now. Okay. So now, if there is a Winter is Coming, I get 2 characters killed. Oh, actually 3, not 3, because the Master is there. Yeah, that's kind of like fantastic. So I was expecting the game to go like this. He would need to invest some stuff into killing off my board here. Yeah. And the Redford Meister, when he sacks himself, I think he triggers Wolf's damage, man.
Yeah.
It will put last card scouts in, and that kind of sucks as well for me.
But it also is not super great for him because again it's an expensive character that you need you would want to use with King's Road or something like that, and also can bring him in as a surprise during challenges because he kneels himself, so it's alright, but it's not the best, right?
Yeah, but to have him available, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
I'd be happy to have him available against
fair enough.
Sort. Especially, let's say, you have one of those rounds like I had before where I kept 6 gold and then he brings less scouts in. Okay, it kneels itself, but
Yeah, so yeah, that's
I'm
fair
stuck as
enough.
well.
Fair enough.
Okay, so now it's his time to think how many he can kill and in what way. So I know here he has the window to trigger that
Mm-hmm.
Meister.
He could kill two, but the problem is just one is enough to defend then the power challenge with Brand potentially. So I think that's the one you really would want to win.
Actually, he's just doing one. He's actually starting the infiltrator here, which means if he sacks himself now, obviously the Fickle Bannerman can defend.
Yeah, but can oh yeah, then yeah, you're in the middle
I
of
wouldn't
the
suffer
fight.
to claim, right? The thing is, he wants the Fickle Bannerman to defend because Delena alone is actually not beating Transformeister and Bran for the power challenge, and he denies my red keep that way.
Yeah, and takes the Fickle Banner as well, right?
Yeah, although in that case, I would be able to take him back if I left down opposed, I think.
I know.
And here, okay, I have a Seal in Flames. There's one Reload Infiltrator. Could even be used.
I was thinking you could even give it to him to get another power, but probably want to do it instead of something. If you kept him, but you can probably.
Yeah, I'd like to keep the power icons to defend and do a power challenge back like I did previously. Looks like I defend red keep again. Yeah, took some time to convince myself, but yeah, it's the call. And now that I have the defense for the power challenge, he can go after my hand here with the Dreadful Meister, get the Wolf, then trigger. And now that I've lost my Wanderlord character, I want to lose the Scene in Flames. I definitely don't want to lose the Bastard Knights on because I'll get pretty close to Empower now with the Feast for Crows, and yeah, that I'm still controlling the power challenge, and Clash of Kings wins the
Yeah,
initiative.
but now you get to flame, so the chances are the character goes away as well, right?
Yeah, either the Bastard or at least the Milk I'd like to keep. Scene in Flames could go. Yeah, that's, that's unfortunate. Well, I get that I keep drawing, right? Maybe we redraw into something useful. Still have that Eldon in shadow, so if I use my agenda, I have two cards, and if I ever have enough gold, I can actually do double black cells with Eldon. If that's ever a consideration. Mm, so now, actually, military still triggers eyes on defense, so
Mhm.
and I'm winning dominance, whatever. So I can just do a power with abandonment or with both. It makes absolutely no difference here. Just trying to remember if there's a surprise card, but there isn't. The card in shadows now should be Last Scouts. And now I can't take Renown. Okay, we get Mongolist at some point. The game's still going on. So I'm not expecting to lose him to sorry, to the power challenge. Now let's see what we get for the red keep. Another Eldon and another red keep. That's not the best, but okay, it's two
It would be
cards.
alright if Arya was not in play. Actually, if you had milk for Arya, then you can bring out Eldon and
Yeah,
give
if
him.
the milk survived, that would be great. That's too bad. But I get another two cards, so at least I avoid top decking this. I'll top deck something else now. And so I am on 11, and I'm thinking, can I win? Because I have Power Claim, Clash of Kings, that's 13, Renown, and Pickle Baron is 14. I just need a way to maybe make it unopposed, and that's it.
So what I usually tried in testing in this situation was for Stark, I would first go into Mad King's command, then into You Win or You Die, so I don't have um, to discard so many cards on You Win or You Die because you draw some, especially if you have bad hand.
Yeah, I mean, you could leave Coppers for the seventh one.
Well,
He
no,
played it
Coppers is
quite
not
early.
left. Yeah.
Yeah, he played it already. Thing is, he has one that he has Unary die that actually now that I've paid to play the maiden, he wins initiative against that. So my plan to just go first and win is kind of ruined now with that. It could have been alright because if I played Eldon to give myself double black cells, maybe I have the chance to win post power. That's 15.
Mhm.
That's my thinking. Usually I leave Clash for plot 6. I was thinking, do I play trade routes? Play out all the stuff I have. Then I have either Clash of Kings into his Murguli, sorry, into his Mad King's command if he doesn't play die here. That's favorable. And then if the game's still going on, I have the Maiden for the 7th plot and helps me for the remainder of the game. One in testing went 13 rounds, so can help. But yeah, here's actually you win or die, and I think Dennis is thinking what I'm thinking here, and wants to go first to kill off everything before I can do my stuff. Oof. Okay. Another natural shadows trigger. And so last hurt scouts is there. And what I didn't want to see is for it to come out of shadows to basically ruin my plan to bring characters after he's done with his challenges and his military claim. I think that would have been the thing to do for him, but okay, we'll see. And the other thing I want is for him to be on 0 gold. Because no surprises ruins everything. So that's my clash gone, everything dies. Okay, he has 2 bad plots after that. 8 gold to work with. And needs to spend it really because if he doesn't make a genuine effort, then I can just win, right?
Mhm.
If I, let's say, if I bring storms and out here, that ruins his game. He's a slow player, Dennis, isn't he?
Well, just in a minute when Miha starts marshalling, it's gonna take about half an hour just for him to decide to play one character. So it's
Yeah, but we commentated on one of the style games recently, and Dennis won on time, so I think it's a pattern for him.
Uh, I think there was some discussion right in Discord about the slow playing and stuff, but I think fair enough. We
Yeah,
knew in
I mean,
advance that it's not gonna be a time limit and
yeah,
people
and
can.
the thing is, he if he doesn't play things correctly, he can lose this round. So he needs to consider all
Yeah.
the options, and then I need to consider mine as well because I could win this round potentially.
Hmm.
And he needs the King's Road, so he needs 10 gold. Mhm. Well, I like it when people complain in chat about their bad luck and not drawing stuff. It gives me some confidence.
Well, but sometimes you say it's annoying how.
Okay, so he gets. So he marshals actually Karen Wolpersen then the law list. Why didn't he? Oh, actually,
Well,
he wasn't going to marshal another
yeah,
character.
it makes sense because you can't. If, yeah, you can't use the reduction. You want to use the reduction on under loyalist.
I was wondering if he do it now. So he has Harrenhal. I have Old Bill Bond, which is the one guy that deals with Harrenhal. Otherwise, I'm really stuck. Can't bring anything out.
Yeah, and that's pretty lucky, right? To get it's only one in the deck, right?
Yeah. Mm. And Frozen Solid is the last one, so he locks Black Cells, which sucks for me.
Yeah, which means that three are gonna die if you marshal another one right
Yeah,
now.
I could have marshaled a bunch of characters, stopped the Ice Guy, Amber Loris, and just eaten some claim, right? And then I'm left with some kind of power, I can surely. No, Eldon has the dupe, but Arya, she's so annoying with that. Can't near her.
Yeah, and if this semi flames that have been built from before, that could solve some problems, right?
Okay, so let me now tell you about the thinking process here. So I'm looking if there's a way to get to 15. So I have to bring out Orbital Bone from Shadows. So if I use the agenda to put him in for 3, he comes out for 1. And then Heron Hall has to kill him, otherwise the faction card is net and can't kill anything else. And then that leaves me with 5 gold. Then I bring Eldon out, and I could dupe him or not, doesn't matter, because of Arya. And he stands the northern encampment, and I still have a Dragonstone port, so I have 3 more gold to work with. Black cells doesn't matter anymore because it's locked, so don't need to wait for You don't need to take that trigger into account. And I can marshal the Acolyte, and that leaves me with four characters. And if he does military, I skills one, then he has two claim and one survives. That's uh, that's what we would be left with. And if I then suffer two claim power, I would go down to 9. I can do power back, I would go up to 11. Dominance is 12, so that's not happening. If I defend power instead with my character, if there's one that can defend, I guess I would be either have Pickle Bannerman or the Eldon still there, right?
Yeah.
And should be able to defend with the red keep. I trigger the Clash of Kings, gets me to 12 and dominance 13. If Pickle Bannerman is killed instead, survives instead of Eldon, that's even 14, but it's not 15.
Yeah.
And okay, he has Mad King's Command and Morgulis after that. I would have nothing playable in hand, so we both kind of be top decking.
Well, if you would bring Olberry Bone to Shadows after he's done with his challenges, then bring out um, Eldon, you would still only have Eldon in play, right? But then in hand, you would still have another Eldon and another Acolyte that would be alive that you could marshal. But there is still two intrigue claims.
Yeah. And so he actually, on the power challenge, right, he cannot win that immediately. He has to do military first.
Mhm.
And then whatever I bring out after that is safe from military claim. Hmm.
So there is plenty of time to eat lunch, go to the toilet.
Yeah. So the other plan, right, is this. So he does military. Whether he triggers ice or not, it's two claim. Let's say nothing is in play, right? So I do all build on anyway because I need to get rid of Heaven. So that's the one thing I do now. And then he kills my characters. He has, let's say, he uses the ice guy for that, right? That's all he needs. He still has, from the other icons, still has that Arya, Mira, another Amber Loyalist, and the Bran that can do military, that can do power and intrigue. So he does pretty easy to claim intrigue, and then he has power with 4 strength altogether. If I bring out Eldon, he can defend with the red keep. So I trigger Clash on defense, which gives me 12 power. I'm not losing power. And I get dominance. I'm on 13. Eldon is in play. Whatever is survives in hand survives. And that's it. But the problem I have here, I was thinking, would be so nice if I could also bring an acolyte into play, but I cannot afford that. If I marshal, I'll be moving to shadows and bring him out. I'm only on 3 gold, and then it doesn't matter. Eldon alone costs 5, so you cannot bring him out before to stand in camp, unfortunately. And if I play out acolyte now, I'm also 1 gold short, and even if I did, there's ice into claim, so I'm already saying goodbye to my characters. Yeah. Actually, I've explained things quite quickly here compared to my thinking process. I'm still trying to convince myself like I get to 15 power, but I cannot.
Yeah.
The thing is though, this calculation that we've just made. So if he does power first, let me tell you that. So he has anything that's without a traitor is just Bran and the Amber Loyal. So that's 4. And Fickle Bannerman just defends, right? So I'm not losing power, but in whatever order he does his challenges. So that means I get the 2 red keep cards again. So
Yeah.
I won't be completely top decking. He has 1 reserve, so he'll keep 1 and what he has in play and in shadows, and I'll get the red keep draw, and Eldon will still be in play and not get matched. And if I marshal as few cards as possible, then I'll have some leftover after Intrigue Claim as well. Steppy. There's no surprises and no gold left. Okay, so another thing that we need to consider. So I'm going to. I should have done this immediately. So I'm going to bring out all Bilbao out of shadows to Neil Harrenhal, whatever happens immediately, right? That's my first action. That's the one thing I've already decided 10 minutes ago that I was going to do. And I actually should have done that to see if he would kill him. There's no reason not to, but if he somehow had a brain part and didn't kill him, then I can marshal out enough stuff to survive all the claim, and I'm left with two characters, I think. And I can get to 15 if that happens. But yeah, that's. There's no reason not to kill him because he will near. I mean, you could. I guess you could keep Karen Hall for next time.
But if he had. Oh no, he has no gold left to play in this time. Yeah.
I mean, he takes a moment anyway, but
Yeah, because if you think you could kill enough, right? You
yeah.
wouldn't kill old Bill Bone and then kill something with ice, the other thing with claim raise, then you get yeah, then you still clear the board and get harmful for next round. But I think it's dangerous, right? 'Cause, like you said, if you marshal two other characters, you could even marshal three random characters if you had maybe another Fickle Bannerman or something like that. So I don't know.
Lucky to get all Bilbao because if I didn't, then the most important character would die. He could just not kill Acolyte, let's say, if I marshaled it, and wait for Eldon. The thing is, though, if I don't bring out Eldon, I cannot even marshal both because I don't have the gold. He needs to stand not an encampment for that to happen. That without that, I could have tried it differently. Bring out everything with in challenges after a military claim, but yeah, I don't have that much gold unfortunately, and I'll be bone. Had to be had to eat the agenda reduction. Well, come on, let's speed up. Make your decision. Yeah, one
Yeah, he
last.
said it wasn't. He said he didn't think for that long, but I think when you're thinking about it, it seems faster in your head than when you're watching it back. It's painfully long.
Well, it's open deck lists, but it doesn't really matter that much because there's zero gold. I know now that there's nothing for zero gold, right?
Yeah, but I think with open deckness, it just invites you to overthink everything more because you know everything that could happen, so
Yeah,
you want to consider everything that exists. But
yeah, nothing could happen. Just what's in play. So I keep replaying it in my head. If I marshal all the stuff out, then stand encampment, marshal the acolyte as well, along with Eldon. I have four characters, three of them die, one survives. He can defend power, but I'm in no better position than just waiting. So I'm going to pass here finally. If Arya wasn't there, a dupe on Eldon would have made a
yeah,
huge difference. Then I could do that, and I don't think he can even stop me winning in that case. Actually,
but
he
he kills the
yeah
renowned
he
guy.
kills the now. Yes, yes, that's fair. Maybe I'm still on 14.
Yeah, the ice guy can kill the renowned guy.
Mm. But then I have still a duped Eldon. Let's say Arya is not the thing, and duped Eldon is still pretty nice. Okay, so he's going to think whether there's something he can do with the power first, but there isn't. Even killing Delena alone, actually he cannot choose to do that. What I'm saying, it's to claim. I was thinking, could he steal the Fickle Venom? No. I'll just get him back. That would suit me just fine, actually. Okay, so here I am hoping not to lose the Acolyte. The Stealing Flames and Red Keeper, the worst cards. And losing the Acolyte. Still have Eldon, but yeah. Acolyte was nice and cheap. I have trade routes for the last round.
Yeah, and it's alright to keep Eldon because worst case scenario, Eldon's gonna be alive. Versus if you played him out on the board, you could kill him, then you would have a dead character in hand, so it's awkward.
Yeah.
And then if he gets Ramsey or something like that, you can replay him. Can't put a dupe on him because of value, but yeah.
He's started him as well. What's another unopposed on this? Nothing I can do against this.
To be fair, if he only went with two, you could actually defend, so without start right.
You mean bring Eldon out and defend against
Yeah,
military?
I mean you could.
That would be an interesting investment to make.
Although you then lose power, I think.
Yeah, but I have Delena, so she wins on attack if I leave the other one unopposed. Maybe with Clash it works out for me, I don't know. Well, he didn't give it a chance to happen anyway. And here I make another quick calculation. So if I leave this one and not bring anyone out, he gets unopposed and two claim, which means it's 11-8 in his favor. Then I can do power back with clash, so it's like to claim, which means it's 10-9 in my favor. Then dominance,
Yeah, but yours would not be unopposed. His would be.
yeah, that's 11-9, and I don't get the red keep. Whereas if I just oppose this, I'm going to get Clash of Kings on defense, protect the red keep, still get dominance. It works out better in every imaginable way. If I now had another chart I could bring out just to do power, that would be great. It would get me close to winning, and he has prized on Angu as well. That's
It
something
would
that
actually, I think, if you had another shot to the power, you would win, right? To get this clash
it
dominance.
would be opposed. It would
It
be
would be
14, I
opposed, yeah.
guess. So I
Fair
need
enough.
two useful cards now, and well, okay, I can't complain about the chamber, can I? Throne is, I guess, obsolete now, unless he plays Frozen Solid on the Mad King's command turn on it. Well, now I'm not on 14 like I wanted to be, where I could win with the single power challenge, but then I'm not winning initiative either, so it doesn't make any difference really. Could have played trade routes here, and I would have Clash of Kings now against Mad King's command. That might have been okay. I don't know. Okay, so he can keep one, the
Yeah.
best one, and card in shadows, which he can play out on Mad King's command. Although he has plenty of characters, that's the thing, and if it comes in challenges, it kneels itself. Some people are using, I've heard stories, using House of the Undying. It's like 15 dead characters against Stark. They play Targaryen, and last Scouts is in there, and then they all come in and all kneel. That's pretty sad. So, Ramsey, Bran, no surprises, Arya, Bolton Flair, Baron, Scout, Summer, and Harrenhal. Another Harrenhal. So there was a no surprises. Could have kept it, and then as first player, what difference did Black Sails make, right? He would play no surprises anyway. If he played that, then I couldn't do anything this
Yeah,
round.
but fair enough. It's Frozen Solid is better because it stays
Yeah,
if you're planning to go a few more rounds.
yeah. If he played both, that would suck so badly for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what he's saying as well.
Yeah, really one King's Road or even one reduce the location would be nice.
Well, I don't have a Feast for Crows now to just win passively. Chamber's not enough if I don't actually get myself to 13 before then.
Yeah, and obviously we have to go with Mad King's command because um, Mulgulis would be disastrous, I think.
Although it would kill Eldon and I have that Eldon, I might not have another character.
Yeah,
So he goes first.
gives him a chance to marshal another
Yet
Harrenhal.
another red keep. I've drawn so many of them, but I do have Pickle Banner, and if he can just, if there's no Harrenhal and last scouts is not in there, he's finished marshalling. That made me happy for a very brief second, but no.
Hmm.
Ah, well, now the Eldon is not useless in hand.
Yeah, but you have 8, so you can play both Eldon and Thicker Bannerman, but then you can't get Fellow Chamber as well, right?
So he still has one goal, but now we know it's not no surprise. Good winter is coming, but okay, whatever. The thing is now I can only bring one in through shadows,
Mhm.
and I can't do anything about that ice still, right? So I just have to pick one.
Yeah. Well, the renowned guy is probably better if
Yeah,
you're planning to win right away.
Grand Vince just checking board. What happens on Mad King's command, right? If he doesn't choose uh, Angui, do I have to choose Ward for me to get prized? Because I have three traitors that I want to choose. That's what I was looking at, and he's looking at the scouts. Of course, they name themselves.
I mean, he didn't leave enough work for scouts anyway.
Yeah, not this round, but yeah. So I don't actually need to choose Ward because the Angry has priced when he leaves play, and even if Ward leaves play at the same time, it's still gonna be priced for him. So I can pick one, I can pick the renowned guy, but the locations are more interesting here. So I can play out the chamber, keep it along with the throne and let's say red keep or an icon card, and that's actually here I'm still looking at Eldon. Can the world survive? Well, they are kind of 9 strength, so if he keeps 3 characters,
But he keeps one of the stealth guys.
yeah. But then I still have one in shadows, so
Yeah.
okay, he kills Eldon that way. I lose track with who was then, but this time there was actually only one until until Ramsey just now, right? So if that card on the bottom is frozen solid and it's played on my chamber, then my win actually doesn't happen.
Yeah, I think the other one was completely random, right? He didn't set it up.
No, he didn't. He didn't send the last card scouts up anyway.
I
Just
mean,
it was the only card
yeah,
that
yeah.
yeah went to the bottom. Um, could have kept it really. Would have done some good for him, I think. But okay. So if I marshal Eldon, he stands the location. I still have plenty for to win dominance, to play chamber, to put the card to shells. But I'm thinking if I don't close, he may as well stay alive in hand, right? Yeah. if I play Eldon, it forces him to make some decisions differently than he would normally. That's the thing. I'm pretty boring. I should just get on with it here. Really. Thing is, uh, I I don't even need to keep the throne because if I do this, look at all the gold that's left over now. I can even keep the
Yeah.
red keep.
All the traitors annoyingly also love dominance.
Yeah, and if he doesn't keep the characters and game goes one more round, three traitors back in my hand. Although I'd lose initiative against Morgulis with my maiden because he has the Knights of the Hollow Hill bonus and I don't have my maiden played yet. So that would kind of suck. I couldn't put traitors anywhere. I can tell Sarah's getting bored of this. She's
Well, it's
making
taking for ages, and
weird gestures.
I already watched it once, and it takes ages. Yes.
Then he says, I can't lose anymore. I can if he has Frozen Solid in Shadows because now I
Well,
have
you can't
Chamber.
not win. You cannot win, but can you lose next round on Murgulis where everything of his dies and you get prized?
Yeah, probably not.
And if he doesn't play a card from hand, even the cards go away. It's pretty shit.
You know, he didn't play No Surprises last round and he had one reserved. He could have kept that still.
Fair enough. Or maybe it was the Ramsey, so.
Yeah, I'm sure he kept Ramsey to discard my character, hoping I wouldn't draw any others.
So to keep some of them.
I'm just checking. Yeah, actually, I was looking if there was something with Angle. I had to check what he chose. Some kind of benefit to keeping some of his characters. Sometimes there could be in theory. Amber Loyalist dies actually and gets rid of his hand voice as well if he
Yes, the
can.
same before.
So, but he has. Did he keep both cards in shadows?
Yeah.
We don't actually know if he
Oh yeah, fair enough.
could only keep one in hand and then the Loyalist doesn't trigger. Actually, I should know whether he chose both in shadows as a player. In person, I would know.
Do you know?
Yeah, sure. You have to make a choice. So you say, I choose this, this, and this. Okay, you can't see the hand, so they're still hidden, but
Ah, right.
choice is made, and you have to point at the shadow cards, right?
Okay.
He should know mine as well. Although I'm second, so it doesn't matter.
And here Miha also insists on clicking each card on order how it goes to the bottom.
28 left, so I could redraw into these cards, and I need black cells to be. Okay, so here I misread it. I need the black cells to be the first one because that is great for me. So I need to start with the red keeps that I already have, and the throne that I already have, then the econ in order of importance,
Surely
and
at
then
some
black cells.
point you will shuffle before you draw
But there's nothing to,
28 cards.
unless he plays less lay waste or I play another brand builder. I could play a brand builder if the game goes another few
Yes,
rounds.
of course. And then it's gonna get shuffled anyway, and it's 28 cards. How long do you plan to play?
And 30, so 34, and we know some of the bottom cards. There's still Imris and Mrisand Visitor. I should
Yeah.
draw some of them. So the power I can let go because he started with that and don't want the abandonment killed here. Puts me down to 11. But he doesn't have power icon now. It's not going to bother with the other challenges. And I can bring this guy out. It will be power unopposed and renown. Puts me on 14, and then if he has a frozen solid, actually doesn't have. It's 15, right?
Hmm.
It's 15 just with dominance. He could have frozen solid for the throne, also not enough to stop me winning dominance. And then is doesn't overthink like I would in this situation. He concedes immediately. And there we have it. So it went kind of like it did in testing. He had his 6 or 7 characters, all had traitors. I played without a board, and somehow I win anyway. And then I had most of the time. So if we played, if there was a if it was a time game, okay, we probably would have played more quickly. But if it was a time game, I could have probably stayed ahead all game. I think. Well, he did briefly have that team in red. I don't know.
Yeah, I think traders are the worst anyway.
Hmm. So there we are. This is the last game we had in Swiss, and looks like we'll be going out on
Well,
just on the tiebreaker. It's still in the balance, so we don't know at the time of recording exactly,
you
right?
can check if something has updated.
Yeah, but we'll say our goodbye here, and then
Okay,
if there's another video, you'll know that we made it through. But it's been fun, and hope you enjoyed all of these games. Got all 15 for you, so yeah, thank you for being with us, and we'll see you, I guess, in other videos.
bye bye.